Are we rocking and rolling?
Yeah, looks like it.
We are. We're live.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the Seekers Chronicles, Paranormal Historians. Hey, tonight tonight we have a great guest, like usual, and well, I just want to say hello to Kimberly, our ghost history medium. I have to say it right if he slapped you upside the head.
Yes, the ghost
And of
history
course,
medium.
the famous Jennie Colucci.
Famous. Oh my God. Infamous.
So how you guys doing?
Hey,
how was your weekend? Did
I'm
you do anything
spooky. That's
special?
how I am. I'm spooky.
Spooky.
I'm ready for
By
a
the way,
spooky
here,
episode.
I got to show you my belly. Look.
My belly.
Yeah.
Gabagool.
Look at my belly.
My belly. Gabagool.
So good.
That's fantastic.
Halloween's in 2 days. It's going to be awesome.
Oh my gosh. I cannot wait. Halloween is my favorite holiday of the whole year. I did some of our decorations that we usually do in the house in the back here. You know, I got my little Hamlet skull.
Hamlet.
Yeah. For our spooky show.
To be or not to be.
Yeah.
I have no idea anything about Hamlet, so.
You did good.
Shakespeare.
You did a good job.
That's what I know. To be or not to be. That is the question. That's it, yeah.
That is
I could
the
be a movie
question.
star now.
Right.
So, okay.
I know that whole soliloquy.
Wow.
By heart. It's one of my party tricks. It's just a party trick. It gets me nowhere. It gets me on Jeopardy. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, dumb. It's just dumb. Yeah.
That's amazing.
I mean, I know a lot of silly stuff like that. Not really. Not going to do it here. Don't worry, folks. So I had a big party over the weekend. I had my annual Halloween party. That was a huge bash. Fun. So that's always a good time.
What were you? What did you dress up as?
I dressed... This year the theme was fantasy, but so I thought I always wanted fairy wings. You know, even as a little girl, and I was never a fairy. So I thought, well, I'll be some kind of cool woodland fairy, right?
But
then I couldn't give up the horror, you know? So I said, no, I'm going to be I'm going to be like a dark fairy. So I was like this motorcycle boots, neck tattoo fairy, like black wings.
Yeah, like a badass fairy.
I had like spikes on my necklace. Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Yeah. But I had wings. I had fairy wings.
Yeah, fairy wings. Fairy wings with motorcycle jacket and motorcycle boots.
Exactly. Just my style. I always try to go like not Jennie for Halloween because it's fun of it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Like what you would never wear. Usually I wear like a black wig or like a bright red wig, you know.
Yep.
Well, I didn't do anything this weekend, so I was home.
Well, there's still time.
There's still time.
Yeah, trick-or-treaters. I get a ton.
I got to come out. Yeah. I'm going to answer my door like with a knife.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then just hold your two dolls on both sides of you.
Yeah, the twins. I got the twins in the background here. The twins.
You had to bring that up.
Wait, Kim. I'm going to introduce you to the twins.
Speaking of spooky.
And Bag Doll.
No, it's in a plastic bag. No, that's just wrong.
Still, it's in the plastic.
It's wrong.
I don't want to get dirty. It's easy to clean that way when it's not dirty.
Oh, God. The twins. We'll have to bring the twins on the show sometime.
We will.
Do you have names or just the twins?
The twins. Well, I'll think of names eventually.
Spooky enough. It's scary enough.
Especially when I turn them on, they start going, mama. You guys see that? That's freaky. Then they look at you and you're like, what the hell? Are they really looking at me?
No.
It's crazy.
No.
All right.
No.
Pass.
Yeah. So, Jennie, you want to introduce our fabulous guest? Because
Do
it,
Jennie.
It would be my honor to introduce tonight's guest. And we really, tonight's a special night for us because it's Halloween week and we wanted to have a spooky episode, scary stories episode. And the first person we thought of, hands down, was Mr. Bobby J. Gallo of the Gallo Family Ghost Hunters. So welcome him to the show, everybody.
Hey, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby.
Hey,
Welcome.
Bobby.
Hey, everyone. Thank you for having
person.
me. It is an honor. And I thought I was selected because of my looks, because it is spooky season. So
They wanted to say, hey, he great story. I said, well, yeah, he'll fit in. He doesn't need a mask.
exactly.
Look at me. Come on. I know all about these things.
Oh my gosh.
You know?
So funny. No, you were the first and only person we thought of because
Yes.
who has more scary stories than you?
Yeah. Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, I got a few. I mean, the reality is like, at least with my scary stories, they're real.
Right.
You know, that's the that's the difference. I mean, we see demon on TV all the time,
Right.
but we know a lot of that's done
Right.
for ratings purposes, and you know, it's not reality. And while my experiences may not be as theatrical as what you would see on some of these shows, they're genuine. And sometimes you have to be in that situation to really feel the fear. But maybe tonight some of it'll translate to the audience. Who knows?
Yeah. That's what the show's all about. We're not here to tell fireside stories of some and make believe character. These are our experiences.
Correct.
This is what we experienced, and
Right.
this is what we got on film or audio or something. This is our real life stuff.
Right.
So tonight is our true scary stories.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
some of the events and it's stuff and places we've been to. So this is going to be an awesome show.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
I love that you brought that up, Bobby, about like, it may not be as, dramatic or as like in your face as some of the TV shows, but that's all editing. I mean, editing music, like the undertone that they can really shift and change, like you subtly believe, like it can really shift your experience of what's happening, which is not in real time. So I love that what we're sharing tonight is actually like real time, not edit. I mean, there's some editing, obviously.
Yeah, a little bit.
But yeah.
And I'll be the first to admit that with my web series and for the audience, if they go down to ghosthunter.ws, they can go to our YouTube channel. We do have a web series we've been doing since 2012, and there is some editing, and there is some light music in some of the episodes just to kind of set the tone, but the evidence is real. And I mean, but you kind of have to do a little bit of that, because at the end of the day, you still have to keep the viewer's attention, and it has to be somewhat, I guess, entertaining, even though some of the my episodes I feel are really boring, because I try to put it all out there so that people can see the whole scope of things. Like I always tell people, some episodes are better than others. Some are going to bore you. Some are going to blow you away. But everything is real.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, you could.
Well said.
On TV, they just show you the part that's the scary part, but they don't show you the build up to get to that part, and especially not just the build up to that part. What happens afterwards?
Right.
Go through. It's all part of the thing. I know we have clips on just the evidence. Even I got some stuff tonight, this evidence. But there is a build up to that part, and then there's the afterwards, after that clip. Like, wow, you're trying to debunk yourself. I was like, wow, did I really get that?
Right.
The effect after that.
And I do want to say that before you show any of my clips, that what I gave you, you wanted my scariest experiences, so I gave you what was frightening to me. It may not be the best evidence we have, because some of the best evidence we have didn't scare me. This is what scared me.
Yeah.
So we're talking about what frightened me personally. So that's what we're doing today.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. I was explaining to my husband the other day, about like the difference between horror, like psychological horror, right? I mean, like something that just absolutely unnerves you. Right. Or, it might be very simple. It's not like a scare or a jump scare or something like that, but maybe it's what an EVP says. Might be unnerving, might be terrifying.
Correct.
Whether it's your name, and I don't want to, give anything away. that can be scarier, really. What messes with your head a little bit more than makes you jump.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the best part about it. You know,
Right.
and when you get those things, that shows that your body is one of your best piece of tools out there.
Absolutely.
You know, your body, but you getting like, whoa, that's the best piece, because like it's a personal experience,
Right.
but then if you get it on tape or video, you know, that's awesome. That's even better. So I just gave my age away. I said tape.
You bring up a great point. I think Kimberly would probably agree with this because she's a medium. You know, we've always been our own best tools, but the reason that the electronics exist and the video technology and audio technology exists is to document what we're feeling.
Explain.
Because we can't document our own feelings. We need these other things to do it, to validate our own experiences.
Yep. Absolutely. Which is why I love in investigations. I have the tools and I love the tools because as much as I can feel something, I actually really enjoy having something else documented as well. I usually walk around with a millimeter, and you'll see that in my clip when I'm experiencing something. I bring the millimeter over again just to help confirm exactly what I may be experiencing. Yeah, absolutely.
Great piece of equipment, by the way. Love that.
Yeah.
So simple.
I love everything Gary Golka makes. I am a Gary Golka fanatic, and he knows it. Because I bug him relentlessly on Twitter.
Yeah.
Good. No, it's good. I think when you know who's, you know, like I am a fan of the Holtes, you know, Steve and Katie Holte Paranormal, and I have a lot of their some of their equipment, and I know who made it, and I know how it's made, and I know what's behind it, and I trust it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the things I get from it are just genuine and really interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they make some nice pieces of equipment, those two.
They really do.
They really
do. And I know Katie has this amazing mind, you know, just
Mm-hmm.
incredible mind.
Yeah, they really do, both of them. So
tonight
we're here to sell some stories. And we're going to start with the honorary Mr. Bob J. Gallo first. Well, I'm going to throw a clip on that you sent us. There's no special order, so this says serpent. You want to do that one first?
Yeah, okay. All right. This, you know what? Sometimes you're doing something. This was a spontaneous investigation, and I was going through an old colonial era cemetery in Whippany, New Jersey, and I was using one of the Ghost Tube apps. And, you know, Amy and Jared from Amy's Crypt, you know, Jared actually designed these things. And they use them on their web series, which has about 250,000 subscribers. It's 10 times what I have right now. But it's an amazing app. It really is. And it's an ITC app. It's exactly what it is. But I wasn't really prepared for what the clip was actually going to say. Because as soon as it said what it said, I got a very foreboding feeling. And I correlated it to what it seems to be saying. So you just run it and you'll see. It's a little choppy, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. Here he goes.
And
serpent.
Now that can either be referring to a snake or something more malevolent. Serpent. Okay.
I see you.
You see me. You see me. Okay. I don't see you. Can you tell me what serpent meant? I'm a little concerned about that. I don't normally get afraid. I mean, I've been doing this since 1990. I was afraid. It freaked me because the feeling just washed over me. And when it said serpent and I see you, I immediately went to because I don't believe demons are everywhere, but that's the immediate thing that came to my mind. So it really did freak me out because serpent obviously can mean, you know, the demonic.
Yeah.
Right.
And the fact that it immediately follows up with I see you.
I see you.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
crazy.
gosh.
Yeah.
Watching you.
The first one kind of freaked me out, but the second one, chills just came all over my body. And it just,
Wow.
I don't know. And I think that's with a lot of these clips, it's the feeling that went along with it. Because
Your
it
face.
goes
Oh my
back to what
goodness.
we
You
were
could
just
see it.
talking about, that our
Yeah, like-
body is our own best ghost hunting tool. And when something's not right, you kind of know it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And it wasn't snake. It didn't say snake. You know, it said serpent is such a biblical word.
There you go.
Exactly.
That's my point.
Adam and Eve, the serpent.
Yeah.
It's
And
the first time you hear
couldn't
about it.
unhear that association. And even if it's, not demonic, it's maybe associated or someone pretending to be, it's still upsetting.
Well, it's the follow-up that really got me.
Yeah. And
you.
interestingly, total coincidence, the clip I sent in is very similar. And I think you'll get the same feeling.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, I'm watching you.
So
exactly.
let's just say I get it. Yeah. Yeah.
So-
I've
think
been
it's
to
like
that
I said
cemetery,
before, it's what you
Bobby. It's
said.
right off of
Me
46,
too.
right?
10.
Right, Route 10, yeah.
Route 10.
Yes. And it's definitely because it's right next to the old house. Like that house is
It's
still
called
there.
the Tuttle House.
Yes. And I've been there and it's been intense when I was there as well.
Yeah.
Right by the river.
Yep,
The river's right next to it.
Exactly. And like literally 200 years of descendants are buried in that. Tuttles are from all different eras of history. And but it has a strange vibe to it. It really does.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to say hello to so many people we
it
have in the audience. We have
Sure.
so like 305. We got Chris Allgood. We got
Hey.
people. Yeah, we got a lot of people. So
Awesome. Terrific.
we got the Cocos.
The Cocos.
Yeah,
Dos
hello
Cocos.
everybody. Hello everybody. If I miss anything, Amy, Night. Well, I don't think Nightbot's anybody in the
No,
audience.
no.
Adam
No,
and okay.
Mary Beth.
Oh, Mary Beth. Okay,
Hey,
so
Todd and Carmela.
yeah, they're great people.
They are. They're really great supporters of my show.
They are. Do you know Jennie and Armando from 305 Paranormal?
I don't know if I do.
I don't know if you met them because they came to Gettysburg. I don't know if they've been to much of our other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're from Florida. They come up for events and stuff like that. They're
Yeah.
good people also.
Excellent people. Yep.
Okay. So what we're doing tonight is a little different, everybody. We're gonna show something from Bob. They're gonna show something from us, and then we'll go back to Bob, and then one of us and stuff. So I got a couple clips here too. So I guess I'm gonna go next.
You go
Already.
first. Yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
Sounds good to me.
Back in the 2022, I went to Trans-Allegheny, and I met a bunch of great people. Chris Allgood. It was Chris, Audra, Carrie Hopper. She was on our show last week. Scott Riddick and Zach. And so it was a good group. We went there and stuff, and they loved me, Bobby, because I brought them a box of cannolis.
Oh, I'm jealous.
To West Virginia, I brought a box of cannolis.
Wait, do they have cannoli in West Virginia?
No.
I don't
I
know.
know they don't. I
No.
know they don't have pizza. They do not have pizza. No,
the
it's
pizza.
terrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, we went to the store.
terrible.
It's like, you want square pizza or round pizza? What's a square pizza? It's a Sicilian. What are you talking about? What's that on there? Cardboard? It's a piece
it
of
was so
cardboard
bad.
with some sauce and some kind of cheese. And like, the only thing you go to West Virginia for is all the fried and the barbecue. The barbecue food is
Excellent.
with everything barbecue. You go down there and get barbecue. If you want something like some good Italian food,
Pizza.
Jersey, you go to New York. 2 places. I guess there's other places, but
Well, you go to Bobby's house.
I go to Bobby's house.
I get my own pizza. I made one
Oh,
yesterday, in fact.
Oh man! So
My husband does.
I went to
too.
Trans-Allegheny.
You're making me hungry.
I met all these
Delicious.
people, and it was great. I knew Chris from the show. but this is the first time I actually got to see him. And so I get all my equipment together. Everybody, the tour, they take a bunch of people on a tour. I'm not interested in tours. So I grab my camera, I set it up, and I go into the most darkest area there is in there by myself. Well, I'm walking around, and I walk into this one area. It's on the first floor. It's over by where they do the, what do they call that? Blank. Old age. I forget. You know, when they used to poop in their nose and stuff like that, the doctors, what do you call that? Somebody in the
like
audience.
Lobotomy?
Lobotomy. Yeah, I was not too far from where they did the lobotomies. And West Virginia was known for like the most lobotomies. This location, Trans-Allegheny, they had a doctor there that does the lobotomies from children, from infants, all the way up to 80-year-old people, 90-year-old. They didn't care. They just boom. That was it.
Horrible.
Well, I'm not too far from there, and I walk into this room where they actually used to serve. There's drawers. The nurses used to lock themselves in this area, let all the patients walk around, and there's drawers where they used to give the kids candy and cigarettes, and even the adults would give candy and cigarettes. Back then, they didn't care. They gave kids cigarettes. Yeah. So I'm walking into this room, and I get hit with something. So you're going to hear my reaction. But the best part about it, I got it. You see my reaction on one camera, but I had a body cam on. And the body cam caught what hit me.
Oh, the best.
So I'm going to show the first one. This is when I'm walking in. Oh! Wow, what hit me? Something was just thrown at me. That's cool. Who did that? Who did that? Come on, you can tell me your name. I'm not mad. Something hit me. And you see how my reaction was.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Whoa.
You know. Yeah. And that's, if you notice, I look up, I look down, I'm saying, who's there? And this, because I figured maybe something fell off the ceiling. And you got to do your own recon by yourself. I was there. I was in this area by myself. And it was pitch black. All I had was that 2-inch monitor, the 2-inch LED screen on my camera. That's night vision. That's the only vision. That's the only thing I could see. If I turned right or left, I could not see nothing. It's pitch black. Okay. So now I'm going to show what the body camera caught.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Whoa. Wow. What hit me?
What?
Yeah. Something just came up. I don't know. I don't know what it was. So I have my camera up here and I have the body cam right here. So whatever came up came from my left side, hit me, and it went back down. So
I saw something come in front of you. Like I saw something actually coming in front.
Come at you.
At you. And then something came from the side.
Something came at me?
Play it again. Yeah. I thought I saw something like drop in front of you. Like
me too. Came right at you.
Whoa! Wow. There was something that might have been the other camera, bouncing off the window.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Because I had two cameras. That's why I like my body camera.
Like a small piece of something that like arced.
Like something thrown at you.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that something. There was nothing on the floor. There was nothing around.
Wow.
So so that was
like
pretty
your reaction was cool.
Like,
Yeah.
because I didn't expect that. And plus I'm in an area, nobody's around. They're off on the other side of the building. Trans-Allegheny is a huge building. And they were off on the other side doing tours where they were showing. And I went in here by myself. I never been there. And I just walk around with that 2-inch LED screen, and that was it. And that's
Right.
I got more from this area because I had so much activity in this area by myself. It was wild. So
people don't understand that it's pitch black too. You have to picture that you can't see an inch in front of you and something touches you in the dark. I mean, what could be scarier? That's like a horror movie right there.
Mm-hmm.
So Anthony, when that happened to you, what did you feel? Like, did you have any?
It felt somebody like just going, like hit me here.
No, I know. I understand the physical feeling, but like inside, did you get any like sensation, or like did you get any image, or did you feel anything?
At that time, I don't know, because it happened so fast, and I was like more shocked that something hit me in the dark. And I was like, whoa, I wasn't afraid, because you hear me. That's cool, because I got to me, that's evidence. I got something, but I thought that was pretty cool.
Still,
Yeah.
Bobby, what's this? Have you been touched? First of all.
Oh,
you've been touched.
Absolutely.
Okay. What's the scariest time that you've been touched, if you'd be willing to share?
Scariest time that I have been touched. I've only been touched a few times, and none of the times I was really frightened about it. But we were in the basement of the Masonic Temple in Asheville, North Carolina. It was our first blackout investigation as a family. And we were in the furnace room, which was reputedly had a lot of activity in it. And I was asking for some kind of sign that something was there. And something just took their hands from my shoulder and just lightly brushed the fingers down to my elbow.
Oh.
Yeah. You could feel the fingers?
You could feel the fingers.
Yeah. You can feel fingers, right?
Yeah. Sometimes it's careful what we ask for, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing. You see, I try to get myself in a certain mindset in investigations that this is what I'm looking for. Mm-hmm. So if it happens, I'm not going to go running screaming, like a sissy. I'm gonna man up and gather the evidence, because that's my job. So, and I've been in that situation a lot of times, and I always steel myself, STEL, to get ready for that confrontation if it happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's a great point, to be prepared like that. I think
mentally prepared.
Exactly.
You got to be, because we're going to locations that you can be hit, touched, and everything. So when you go to these locations, like you said, you have to. I know you've been doing a long time. I've been doing a long time. So it's just like comes naturally to us now. You get hit or touched or whatever. We are so used to it now. Not used to it, but it's to us. It's part of our evidence or something there.
Absolutely.
That's part. Like I said, we use ourselves as tools also.
Right.
So
not everybody likes to be touched. I know I do have co-investigators sometimes say to me, please don't touch me. I don't want to be touched.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they draw the line, and that's fine.
I mean, if people want to see that, they can actually see where I get touched. It's an episode called Temple Spirits.
Yes.
And on the website, it's an old one.
Well, we definitely, people are going to have to see your website and everything and your YouTube channel. I'm telling you, you're amazing with all this stuff. So,
and
we'll make sure they get all the info.
Yeah, absolutely. At the end, we'll definitely do that too. Okay. Adam is asking, do you think being too prepared keeps them away? Like, can they keep up your guard?
Oh.
I would kind of need a little bit more information what he needs by be too prepared. If it's the mental mindset, I don't think so. I think the only thing that keeps them away is doing this for the wrong reasons, because intention is everything. If your intentions are honorable and you're there to document their existence or to tell their story if they're willing, you're much more apt to get the evidence than if you're there to try to debunk everything. I mean, the people that don't have any experiences mostly are skeptics. And I think it's basically because of their attitude. And the spirits are not there. They're not trained zoo animals there to entertain them.
Absolutely.
They're people. And when you don't treat them with respect, most of the time you don't get any activity.
Yeah.
Why would you?
Right. Why would they make any kind of presence known to you?
Right.
Yeah. When you go in and with that clear but open, respectful intention of I'm here to document you here, your presence, your story, stuff like that. I think it really actually opens up them feeling able they can come in.
Yeah, the positive attitude comes.
Yeah.
Positive attitude. You have to have that. You can have all the negative attitude and you're going to get stuff, but it's not going to, you get more stuff when you go in positive.
Right. I am 1,000% sure.
I think that's what Adam was kind of asking.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 1,000% sure that over the years, the reason we've gotten so much evidence is because of my kids. Not because of me. Because when I do solo investigations, I get maybe 10% of what we get when we go out as a family. But their intentions were so pure. They weren't out there for fame and fortune. They wanted to know that ghosts were there. They wanted to know that these people without bodies exist. And when they would ask in that genuine way, we would always get evidence.
Right.
Yep.
And do you find like children in general, like over the past weekend or 2 weeks ago, I was in an investigation with the public and there was a young girl there, a very young girl, maybe 9 years old. She was the only one who had an answer on the EVP, like the only one over and over.
I love
they
it.
were only talking to her.
I believe it.
And I love it, right? Yeah.
100%. I totally believe that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like
she was the only one every time they answered her. Yeah.
It's so easy for them to talk to more the children than us because, you know, and even we get sometimes we're like, did I really get that? Sometimes we get stuff like that. And then you try to even debunk yourself. So, you know, until you really, until you're driving yourself crazy and you start asking people and everything, then you know, oh, yeah, there is something there. So I think we are our own worst critics when it comes, you know, to our evidence.
Most
get out there. Because we don't want nobody out there saying, "Oh, that look, what are they posting? What is it?" You know,
we're gonna do that anyway.
Regardless, yes, we're gonna have always that person. So, Bobby, I'm gonna give you another one here. You got Get Out.
What's that?
Oh,
it says Get Out.
Yours, Get Out.
Yours, Get Out.
Oh. Okay. This was that's right. I thought you said gout, like gout in your foot.
It's like,
and I've had gout. It's not fun.
No.
This one, you know, this one we were using a very controversial piece of equipment that Jennie has one, you know, called the Ghostmeter Pro, which is a modified EMF detector. And some people believe it, some people don't. I've actually talked to the manufacturers; they say it's genuine. I know an electronics genius, if you will, from England who makes his own paranormal equipment. He dissected one. He says it's real. I don't. You know what? Look, whatever people say, people are going to say. They say that about everything. They say that about SB7 spirit boxes. But the bottom line is we were using this in a highly haunted patch of land called Old Unity Cemetery in Fort Mill, South Carolina. And to this day, there is no more haunted location in the world as far as I am concerned. I was told by a shaman friend of mine that there was a vortex there, but it's a colonial era cemetery. We were there. Sun was going down. We got communication on the Ghostmeter Pro, and when we asked it if it wanted us to leave, it almost jumped out of my hand with an affirmative answer. But here's the thing about it before people watch this clip. We all felt it. It wasn't just about what was happening on the equipment. It was about that oppressive feeling that came over all four of us. We were terrified, and on the way home, you could hear a pin drop. And at the end of this, you're actually going to see Courtney run to her mother whimpering. She was so afraid.
Wow.
Okay, here we go.
Let's do it.
Use your energy. Once for yes, two for no.
Yes.
No. Nope. No. This is not Nancy. Are you the spirit of somebody who's buried here? No. Are you a spirit just wandering through, or a spirit associated with anyone that is buried here? No. And that was emphatic no. Are you a good spirit? No. Should we leave? Should we leave? Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
Those things. Yes, that's wow.
Was that the actual end of the clip?
Yeah, that's what I got. It ends about when it ends when you where your cutoff
okay.
is.
Yeah. Right after that happened, Courtney ran to her mother.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's so logical. Like, you ask the way you should ask, so that you're confirming the answer.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
You ask, like, we always say, should we stay? Should we leave? You really get the, and if they're the same answer, you're not really getting a consistent answer.
Right.
So,
yeah.
And we've corroborated answers from that with other evidence we've gotten, and maybe like historical facts that we did in post-investigation research, and it's always right. I mean, we very, very rarely does this thing give me a wrong answer. So yeah, we just don't rely on one piece of equipment, and that's another thing. But that was a scary experience for us, and I mean, we really felt like there was something there that wanted us to get the hell out.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
Really
so we have a question from Armando at 305. How are you getting the yes or no answers? For someone who doesn't know the equipment, can you just explain it?
Yeah, the GMP, which is not manufactured anymore, has a dialogue mode.
No.
And how it was explained to me is it also works as a regular EMF detector. There's certain modes on it that you can click to get certain functionality. And this wasn't the regular EMF detector mode. This was the dialogue mode. The dialogue mode takes environmental EMF readings and translates it into a yes or no ping on the needle. That's basically what it does.
Okay. Mm-hmm. It's not Armando, it's Jennie. I apologize. It's 305.
Okay.
You know why? Because his thing is Mr. 305 Paranormal, so I just took a glance and sorry, Jennie.
Alternative Technologies is the company that makes it, and they make the regular ghost meter now, which is just an EMF detector. They actually don't make this anymore because people just came down on them too hard on it, and they just think it's not worth it. But
Anthony has one. Anthony has one.
I have one.
Anthony, you know what? You need to start using it, and just tell me what your vibe is when you're using it.
Yeah, I mean, I used it for years. We have, it was actually one of my teammates that passed. His wife gave me all his, Joe McCaffrey. She gave me some of his equipment. That happened to be part of it. And we were doing an investigation, I'm telling you, a yes or no question. And we were in somebody's house. It was a private location. And we had it on the counter in the kitchen. We're in the kitchen. And we actually had yes or no questions. All of a sudden, anything flung in front of us across the counter. Was lighting up, going crazy. Absolutely. Hits the refrigerator, falls. The batteries go out, but we can't find the batteries. Like the batteries disappeared. Like they didn't want us to use it. It was crazy that night. But yeah.
Wow.
I have used it.
And it makes also a static noise too.
It does. That's when it's searching for an EMF pocket. And a lot of people go, well, if you just leave it on, eventually it's going to trigger. And the manufacturer said, well, yes, because it's searching for EMF and it's eventually going to find it. But I will tell you, we've had it on for an inordinate amount of time and it never triggered. So there's sometimes it doesn't trigger at all for us at all. Yeah. And then there's sometimes you put it on and in 5 seconds it triggers. But when that happens, there's always something really funky that happens with it. It starts making a weird noise. And it's usually because the area is very highly charged with
Yeah.
EMF.
Those things.
Okay.
The piece of equipment. It's not a bad. It's an older piece of equipment. It's good piece.
Right.
I haven't used it because all the modern stuff came in, but I had it the other day at the that fair thing that we did.
Yeah,
The
so
bazaar.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah,
thinking
Bob,
about bringing
we
it
saw
back because we have got some good. Tilly's Pierce house. We were in the Tilly Pierce house in Gettysburg, and at nighttime, and I had it on all the time. And about 3 o'clock in the morning, it just went crazy, and it was like, what's setting it off? It was nothing. But at 3 o'clock in the morning, we had a ball bounce against the wall in the bathroom, and it was supposed to be a kid playing ball again in the bathroom. So that was interesting how at 3 o'clock it went off at that time. But yes, that is a great piece of equipment. So,
yeah, the static
Kimberly,
itself is creepy.
I agree.
It made the static noise
It's a
on
creepy
its own.
noise. It is a creepy
It's like
noise.
Right.
kind of grating, right? It kind of is like, oh,
Yeah.
if I have
Yeah.
mine's packed right
part
now,
of
I'm
it.
take mine out and play it for you. But not.
Yeah.
Kimberly, you have a story to tell. I got some pictures from you from location. You want to do that?
Sure, we can do the story, and then maybe later we'll do the other one. So, yeah, this is a story with pictures. Ooh.
Okay. This is it's one of
I
those.
don't have any
Illustrated
evidence
story.
of this, but this
Okay.
was one of my
Kim,
creepiest stories.
I'm going to put the picture on.
Yeah.
Just tell me when you want to change it. Okay.
Yeah, great. So this is Fort Stark in Newcastle, New Hampshire. It's on the coast of New Hampshire. I went to college at UNH in New Hampshire. And myself and 3 friends, we went here to go exploring one day because, what do kids that age do? And people our age who are into the paranormal and ghosts do? We go to abandoned places. So we're walking around. It was all foggy because it's right on the coast. And we're just about to leave. It was just about dusk. So it was that kind of crepuscular time where it's not really light out, but it's not really dark. And we were leaving, and you can go to the next picture. And we had our car parked right in front of this part of the building. There, you can see the road here right in front of the picture, in front of this hydrant. And we were parked just in front of the building, and we were literally about to back up. And then we see through the mist down the road was a black car. You can go to the next picture. Oh, maybe not. Well, that's fine. So a black car came up. And literally this man walked out of this car. Yeah, it looked like very similar to this. This is a 1940 Packard, or at least so the picture said on Google. So somebody else can verify that for me. But, and then this man came out who literally looked just like this. And with the boat hat and everything, he got out of the car. He went to the front of the car, looked at the headlights on his car, got back in the car, flashed the headlights once or twice, got out of the car, went back in front of it, then got back in the car, and then just left. And we couldn't leave because he had parked behind us. And this was, maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I don't know. I don't remember. When did I graduate? 2009. This was like 2009. And then you can go to the next picture too. So I have no explanation for this. And just as Anthony said, that we're our greatest critic, I don't have any explanation for this. I have no idea why this car would have come up, this man would have come out looking like this. And this is an actual picture of men who were at Fort Stark in the 1940s and looks just like this gentleman here on the right with that boat hat and everything. And I have no explanation. So is it real? Is it not real? We all saw it. All of our jaws dropped. None of us could explain what had happened. But to me, it was literally like a full apparition that didn't acknowledge us, nothing. It was like a deep imprint in the time of it, driving up the driveway, and then it was just gone. It just disappeared. And I have no explanation, none.
That's pretty cool.
The ghost,
that's
car.
something. That car is a big car, and it blocked you guys in.
Yeah, we couldn't leave. But it was so weird because it was misty out, but like, it was real, but like at the same time, it made no sense. Like it made no sense that somebody would be doing that alone, dressed up like that, literally looking like that, driving up at that time of day, doing whatever he was doing with the lights. and then left, just left. Didn't look at us, didn't acknowledge us, nothing. It was.
And how'd you guys finally get out?
Well, the car
That's
left.
the weird part.
And then we all were like, did we just see a ghost? Like, did
the guy get back in the car and leave?
Right. Yeah, he got back in the car. He did like weird things with the lights, checking his lights, and then got back in the car and left. I don't know.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
So
That's pretty
odd.
cool when shit like that happens, you know?
Yeah, no kidding. And I mean, that car was beautiful. That Packard.
Those are beautiful
made
cars.
in Boonton. Yeah.
Oh, there is a Packard.
Pretty amazing.
Part.
Isn't there like a factory or something?
Yes, there's a parts manufacturer. Well, not manufacturer, but maybe seller in Boonton. Yes, I actually did an investigation of that building, the Boonton Mill House. But anyway.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's why I asked. Yeah, exactly. You passed it. Yeah.
Did you guys like go up to the car and touch it and stuff like that, or?
But you all saw it.
We all saw it.
It was like a.
Yeah, but did you touch it? Was it a solid car, or was it? You put your hand on it and your hand go through it?
No, we stayed in the car. We were in our car about to leave.
So that was the scary part about it, yeah.
And then this thing came up behind us, and we were just, all of us were just like staring at this. And I don't know if it was solid enough. It was so misty. It was like misty out and foggy. So it was like a creepy night.
And it was getting dark.
And it was getting dark. Yeah. But I don't know.
I could tell you now from New York, I'd be like, hey, you're my way, move it.
Like a gangster.
Yes,
move it.
They're a little more polite in New Hampshire.
Hey, New Hampshire, come on. Move the damn thing. I'm walking here.
Yeah.
So,
can you imagine us? Yeah. Can you imagine that in New Jersey? Oh my God.
New York would be, hey, you leave it there long enough, the tires will be gone.
I was actually with a guy from New Jersey at the time. He should have said something.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, really.
Interesting. Glen Rock.
Kim, how long afterwards did you think about that?
Like,
how long did you try to figure it out?
We were freaked out about it for weeks. We had no idea. So
then
I started Googling, like, what could this be? Paranormal stories of Fort Stark, history, like stories of people seeing things at Fort Stark. And there's really, honestly, I couldn't really find that much. And to this day, I still can't really find that much. So I don't know. Maybe it's real. Maybe it was a real person. It's very possible. I just can't explain it at all. I can't place it.
Right. I've read that the only that to qualify as like a ghost, right? You have to see it do something. You have to see a spirit do something that defies the laws of physics, right? So just because someone's wearing Victorian costume or dressed up like they're from the 50s, that's not good enough, kind of thing. It's almost like walking through a wall or disappearing or, doing something that a human being couldn't do is really like the threshold for some people. I'm not saying I agree. That's what I've read sometimes. Yeah. So, I actually saw someone dressed in like a fedora and a pinstripe suit in town once. And I was like, kind of thing. And I thought, I bet some people like out of the corner of their eye might think they saw a ghost, but they did not.
Fedora is real.
Fedora.
Right. Well, just because someone's wearing Victorian costume doesn't mean that they're a ghost.
So, Jenny, you have a clip here too. I'm going to play your clip. It's only like 15 seconds as well.
Oh, this is what I wanted to tell Bobby. Okay, so the frightening thing I've ever heard was at the Betsy Ross house, right in Philadelphia, and I think I told you this. In my ear, I was standing alone in the hallway, and I heard, "I see you there," and I caught it on my body camera, which was so cool because I heard someone whisper, "I see you there," but just that "I see you there," like you said, "I see you." That's a terrifying thing to hear.
It is.
Like, because I don't see you, right? Like, I don't see you. So this was at the same time, but this is a clip of a guy laughing, that disembodied voice that followed us around all night. We would be talking, and the man, it was all women, and we'd hear a man go, like laughing at us throughout the night out loud. So this is a clip of that laugh. I mean, we were like, what?
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, hopefully it was Benjamin Franklin.
Oh, yeah, with his little
Creepy
bifocal.
laugh.
Here we go.
Creepy laugh, right? It's creepy.
Could be. It could be motion sensor. Or just security cameras, yeah. Did you just laugh? Like, I heard a lot. Did you hear like, ha ha ha?
Did you hear it?
I heard it.
Yeah. I'm going to play it again.
Play it again.
We'll play it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear.
Yeah. Everywhere.
Could be. It could be motion sensor. Or just security cameras, yeah. Did you just laugh? Like, I heard a lot. Did you hear like, ha ha ha?
Love it.
That's good.
This
That was
followed us, and it happened like 3 times, and every time I got it on the recorder, it was out loud, but you can hear it's not outside. You know, like it's not 3 stories down because we were on the 3rd floor. It's not 3 stories down on the ground. You know, it's right next to us, and it just this guy followed us around all night, and we could just hear it out loud, which was that to me. Disembodied voices out loud are the scariest thing, hands down to me.
Well, I mean,
you know, hearing someone talking who's not there.
This isn't a thing for thing, but it just happened to me this past weekend at the Canals Homestead where we did our investigation, where my wife said that she was going to go to the ladies' room, which was in the house on the top floor, which is a small bathroom they actually installed in this 200-year-old house. And I thought she was back early because here I am working on my table. I'm outside and I hear, "Hey, Bob," because she doesn't call me Bobby. She calls me Bob. And I said, "What, honey?" And I looked and nobody was there. It was a doppelganger spirit. It was her voice. Yeah. She was still upstairs in the house. It was clear as day. I heard it. I responded. I turned around. Nobody. And that is
all right. Kim knows. Kim knows I had my first doppelganger experience ever with her. You were there with Richard. Richard Moschella was my first doppelganger experience. Remember? I saw him coming through. We were hiking in an abandoned mine.
Oh, yes. He
was coming.
Through the
I saw him come through
him.
Through a structure. I saw him come through and I said, "Stop. I'm going to take your picture for Facebook. It's a perfect thing. The rock around you. Stay right there." And I got my phone and I said, "How did you get in there? I want to get in there to take a picture." And he said, "I was never there. I was never there." And I was like, "Come on, you were." And I went around to try and get in because I didn't believe him. You can't get in. You can't get in to where he was.
Yeah, I do remember
I was
that.
like,
that was crazy.
And when I saw that you couldn't get in, I was like, my blood ran cold. You know what I mean? I went, Richard, I saw that feeling. To the point, I saw him there, and it was Richard. And I said, like, and maybe it was a minor. Maybe I actually saw an apparition. But to me, it was Richard Moschella right in front of me. Couldn't be more than
that's crazy.
10 feet away.
Crazy.
It was cool. I just went to get my phone, and he was like, he just looked at me and said, "I was never there." I was like,
that freaked me out too. That would freak me out too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. To hear your wife and have her not be there? No way. That's no.
Those that is crazy when you see them. You know, I see my brother. My brother's seeing me already too. So
hey,
really,
Virgil thinks I look like Johnny Depp. Thank you, Virgil. You're my new best friend.
Aww. Oh, nice. No. Yes. And somebody said,
it's not a costume.
Out his breathing. No.
Oh,
this is Johnny Depp. We just didn't want to say so that you know we wouldn't break the internet.
I do not look like Johnny Depp, but thank you anyway.
Bobby Gallo is much better than Johnny Depp. Much better of a guest than Johnny Depp.
See, that's why I love these
I'm going to throw that down.
That's why I love these people. It's making me blush.
Bobby's going to do another one of yours.
Yeah, I did.
Another one of yours. Here comes.
And why laughing?
County?
Why laughing?
I know.
Which one?
Here comes Courtney.
Oh. All right.
Well, that says Courtney? Okay.
This one freaked me out in post-investigation. When I was doing evidence review and I heard this EVP, to quote Jennie, my blood ran cold because it was a ghost calling out my daughter, my 8-year-old daughter at the time, saying, "Come here, Courtney." It's very clear. You're going to hear it's very clear. Now, when I put this on the episode, this is the only time I ever falsified anything, and it wasn't the evidence. It's how I presented the evidence. Because on the episode, I say, come here, come here. It does not say, come here, come here. It clearly says my daughter's name, come here, Courtney. And you'll see it. And that's why it scared me.
Oh.
Because I'm bad.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah,
of course.
You want your child, of course. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Confederate soldier right here.
All right, if you're here, talk to us. You can talk to us. Go with this. Tell us your name. Great.
Confederate soldier right here.
All right, if you're here, talk to us. You can talk to us. Go with this. Tell us your name.
Sometimes you have to hear the replay.
Yeah, that's Courtney.
You want to do it again?
Yeah.
Do it again.
Okay.
Here, let's.
Confederate soldier right here.
All right, if you're here, talk to us. You can talk to us. Go with this. Tell us your name. Great.
Confederate soldier right here.
All right, if you're here, talk to us. You can talk to us. Go with this. Tell us your name.
You can hear the E at the end.
Yeah.
Yep.
You
Come
really
here,
can.
Courtney. Yeah.
Courtney. I hear the E.
That's. I know when your child's involved and stuff. Oh wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I would have
Yeah.
had that.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is about, look at Mary Beth. Not okay. No, it wasn't okay.
Not,
No, of course
not
not.
okay.
Yeah.
Well said.
And that,
Okay.
yeah. Like I
No,
said, and that's why
Especially,
this. Go ahead.
I was going to say later, especially the way you heard it. Like you didn't hear it at the time.
No, I didn't hear that at the
because
time.
right there at the time, you're with her, you got her, but
Right.
you did hear it at the time.
No, I did
Oh,
not.
okay. I thought you said you were reviewing it late. Yeah, right. Okay. So you're reviewing, at the time you hear something, but you're right there with her, you got her, but then you hear it later. You're just listening in your headphones. No.
That's exactly what happened. And this is a show
it's like a
about our
surprise.
scariest moments. That was literally one of my scariest moments
Yeah.
because like
Yes.
you appropriately put it
Yeah.
when you said my blood ran cold. I was like, oh no.
Right.
I'm like, I'm happy I
terror.
caught an EVP. I'm not happy I caught this one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Have you been back there? Have you been back to that cemetery?
No. In fact, it's very funny because on a lot of our episodes, we have so many people watching them that I get emails and texts and messages all the time of people that have gone there and have had experiences, all different places. I had one woman who got back to me about Laurelwood Cemetery in Rock Hill, North Carolina, where that was from, who said that place is heavily negative, and she had horrible experiences there. So
Really?
we did an extensive investigation there, but we have not been back. And yes, some of it was a little freaky there, to be honest. First time Renee got touched was in that cemetery.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I know.
Laurel,
I know.
you say it's called? Laurel.
Yeah, that's when your children are involved, you get nervous about yourself, but when you get children involved, you like, whoa, back.
Well,
whoa.
I mean, I talk about it in my books, and if I could turn back time, there are probably some things I would have done differently.
Mhm.
But what's done is done. And
Right.
I will say though that you need to take precautions. I mean, kids are exposed to spirits regardless. You see, I mean, kids have more paranormal experiences than adults do.
Yes.
You can't shield them from it,
No.
but you do have to take as many precautions as you can if you do take them on a paranormal investigation. Like I said, I talk about it in my books extensively because I've been attacked for it a lot. So over the years.
Yeah.
But
Well, my
is,
son came with me when he started 13 years old. My son started coming with me. He experienced stuff, but he used to come with me all the time. And he started at 13. And he did it like till he was like in his 20s. And then, you know, steady girlfriends and everything else. And I lost him doing the way. But, but yeah, I mean, you do have to take precautions. And,
you do.
You know,
Jennie, you were going to say something about that.
Oh no! First of all, if my daughter couldn't even watch the show, she would cry. But she's like chicken and proud. She's the opposite of me, like terrified of everything, her own shadow. But I was gonna say in your books and in your videos, like what I really see, especially in your videos, is your children are comfortable. Like they are. You can see that they know they have the power. This is how I feel about it when I watch your videos.
Going to say the exact same thing. Yeah.
Right. You sense that your kids feel like they're in control.
They were fearless.
They're not right, but they also like power is the right word, right, Kim? Like they have the power. They have the power in that situation.
And
if
they
they
have a
weren't
greater
happy, they could walk away.
Yeah, and a greater understanding of what they're experiencing, and the confidence for it. So honestly, providing children with that understanding early on. Personally, I think would be more beneficial, and then all of a sudden having to be called to a teenager's house that's having poltergeist activity, and you're like, oh, maybe we should have had that conversation sooner.
I mean, honestly, looking at the positives of it, they've grown to be completely fearless, because they learned early on that these things can't really hurt them. So, I mean, like my youngest daughter, Courtney, who was called out, she was 8 years old then. Right now she's in law school. And this kid's going to be a shark because she's fearless, completely fearless.
Yeah.
Right.
But
you can see the confidence in the videos.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
Both my girls are strong women now. And I think, I'm going to be honest with you, I think the paranormal investigation had a lot to do with it.
Yeah. Why not?
Right.
Why not? Why
made
not?
Made them feel strong and, you know, not to fear things. I mean, a lot of people fear ghosts and the things that they can't see and, you know, something they don't understand. But you taught them not to be afraid of that kind of stuff.
It is. It's very good. It's very good. And I can just see it in their faces. Like they don't have that look like, what's going to happen?
No.
You know, like that wide-eyed thing. They're more like, okay, I'm in control of this, you know.
That one investigation that I played where the ghost, you know, essentially told us to get out of the cemetery was one of the few times Courtney ever got scared. And she said one other time in a haunted theater in Neckhong, New Jersey, the Palace Theater. She goes, I got scared there too. She goes, but normally she'd be off looking for a ghost, and you know, that's why I had to buy walkie-talkies. I says, honey, we need to stay in contact. You just can't go wandering off like this, you know, in a cemetery at midnight.
Right.
That's
right.
Yeah, and she goes off by herself. That's, you know, that's right there.
I didn't let her do that. She would just do it, you know. So I'd be like, don't do that. Stay near me. So yeah.
That's awesome. It was not general fear.
Them.
You know. So
good for them.
I'm going to throw another one of mine on.
Oh, Anthony, yay!
Okay, the Trans-Allegheny again. All the evidence I have. Trans-Allegheny is one of the most haunted places I ever been. That's where I'm playing a lot of evidence, and I got so much evidence there that weekend, and it was a great weekend. Like I said, Chris, Audra, Carrie, and all the other people. It was such a great weekend. But we are on the third floor, I believe, or the fourth floor. Well, we're about to go downstairs, and everybody's ahead of me. I'm the last one to go downstairs, you know, and I hear something rush up behind me, and I caught the sound behind me, and I turned the camera. Of course, there was nothing there. So this is what it sounds like. Hey.
What'd you get?
I heard footsteps.
Oh,
you hear
that's
the-
cool. Can
Did
you do it again?
Play it again.
Yeah.
Now it's
Yeah,
Chris
do it
Ogren
again.
in front of me.
Use your energy.
Wrong one.
Oops.
Oops. I'm trying to
Bobby
steal
Gallo
Bobby's
ran up
stuff.
behind you.
Yeah, Bobby Gallo ran up behind me. He scared
Wasn't
me.
me.
It was Bobby's feet.
Bobby. Okay.
That was
Plus,
us running out of the cemetery.
it's like, yeah, you ran out of the cemetery and they threw you out of the cemetery, so you ran towards me.
Man.
Yeah, jumps
Yeah.
timelines and everything.
Get out.
Like, holy cow. Yeah, here we go. Hey,
What'd you get?
I heard footsteps.
That was clear.
Footsteps. That was like bang, bang,
Yeah.
bang, bang.
And you could hear them going down the stairs in front of me. I was the only one on the floor at that time.
Wow.
So you could hear them going down the stairs, and you could hear the sound of them going downstairs. Nobody running, nobody, because we were really too tired at that time to really run downstairs. And Trans-Allegheny is so huge, and we were going around, and it was interesting because what was that?
Wow.
You know?
Yeah, Anthony, I love you. You are my partner, but I know that wasn't you running.
If you heard me falling
He's
down the
like,
stairs,
oh,
that'd
hell
probably
no.
be
Stay this
more of
way.
me.
We love you.
Hell no.
And it sounded like something was
We love
rushing up,
you.
like rushing to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just stop, like their foot
Yeah.
just hit the ground, like stop right behind me. And that's how loud it
Yeah.
was and clear. Because I heard it, but I didn't know I got it on camera. Because sometimes you hear things, you don't get it on camera. So,
Sure.
so when I did the review and I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool. To me, it's cool.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, oh my God, that's scary.
No.
At the moment, it
No,
gave me
it-
that jump, like, whoa, somebody. And that
No,
whole night I
and
was
it's
there.
coming
it was
up
the
on you.
Same thing. Same thing. I always had that, like, whoa type of thing. Not scared, but that
Startled.
startled type experience,
Right.
which that was pretty cool. I mean, I thought that was too cool. You know,
That
so-
was so loud.
It was so loud.
And that's before you wear a body he now wears a body camera on his back as well. He wears one in the front, one in the back. Only reason I know this is because every investigation I make faces behind his back and like
yeah, I'm walking down, I do a review and like hiding in the back. I'm like,
So
Well, you're
the other
asking
thing
for
I
it,
wanted
wearing a
to
camera
say
that way.
about that clip, Anthony, is it was almost, this is a hospital, right? This was the hospital.
Trans-Allegheny, yeah, it was a lunatic asylum.
lunatic
It
asylum.
sounds like the not flippers, but the slippers, like the backs of the slippers, like when you're running in slippers, like the backs of them
right.
slap down.
That's
Like something a
true.
patient would be wearing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what it
It
sounded like.
did.
Yeah,
It sounded
did.
like slap, slap, slap. Yeah, you're right.
Here, play it
Yeah.
again. Play it again.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. That was really good.
Okay, makes you I played the right one without Bob running up on me.
Bobby's very good.
Hey,
What'd you get?
I heard footsteps.
It does sound like that. 100%.
Wow.
Yeah,
Especially
it
the
does.
last footstep.
Yep.
You could hear it
Yeah.
come back
Yep.
up on the
Good
floor.
ear, Kim. Good ear.
And if you
Wow,
wasn't
terrifying.
sneaking, you would hear like maybe a squeaking sound, but you
Right.
heard a slap sound.
I heard it as like a slap. Yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Good ear. Good ear.
Because that was
Kim. And-
upstairs. There was a little administration section, and there was a section. That whole place is full of patients, and they have a section where they have the most violent women and the most violent men. There's sections there and stuff. They're so violent. Chris Olga pointed it out a couple of times, and when we were there, I'm like, oh, I didn't realize. The cells on the inside are metal, and there's dents in it. Steel doors. So that's how violent they were. They used to pound the door. Who knows what they used to do? And it was dents on the inside of the doors after they close them. So
Terrifying.
that was a crazy section. But that interesting. I definitely want to go back there.
That was cool.
Yeah, I love that place.
I'll be there May 2nd. We're going May 2nd next year.
Awesome.
Oh, wow. I don't know if
Yeah.
I will be able to go into that building.
And Mary
Yeah,
Beth was
as a
just saying in
psychic,
the,
you
in
might
the
have a
audience,
problem.
she's not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll know real quick. It doesn't take me long to be like, no. This
Yeah.
one's
I mean,
Yeah.
some sex, this place has a lot of history, and where you read, this might be an overload for you, because
Yeah.
anywhere you go in this place, I mean, it's like so many stairs and elevators. No elevators working, but there was so much violence there. A nurse fell down the stairs somewhere in the building, and they didn't find her 3 days later. She was dead at the bottom of the stairs in one of the back hallways. So that's some kind of stuff happens there.
Right.
So,
Kim, have you been to Penhurst? It's not nowhere near as big. It's like a city, Trans-Allegheny, but like, have you been to Penhurst?
No.
yeah,
Okay. Is
No.
it because you don't want to go?
No, I would
Okay.
go. No, I would go to any place, and then I will know very quickly if it is a place for me to be at or not. Which I've been to. Oh gosh, what is that? The prison in PA in Philadelphia.
Oh, the
Eastern State?
one in Eastern State.
Yes, so I've been there, touched there. Didn't really have much, but I've been. There's something about asylums though. They're
It's dark.
very
Yeah.
very tough.
Yeah,
Very tough.
a lot of
Very
bad.
Yeah. A lot of dark
And-
energy there.
Yeah.
A lot of dark energy. Not anybody's really fault. It's just the conglomeration of it all. Like it's not just one person. It's a lot. So
Yeah, and it's generations and years behind it. So you could have, if the place is open 100 years, you could have 100 years of different spirits from every generation, every decade. You know what I mean? Every, so yeah.
Because I do kind of experience some of
good
that
and bad.
Mhm.
thought forms, like big energy thought forms that just kind of like encompass the whole place. So, but anyway.
Yes.
So I'm going to play another one of yours, Mr. Gallo. It says Sprout.
Oh,
Sprout.
okay.
Great.
This was the number one time. I'd say I was more afraid in this clip than any other time I've ever been investigating since 1990.
Wow.
And this was a small family-owned burial yard. I would say a half-acre tops, and it had a reputation for being haunted, but nobody could ever investigate it because it was on private property. So I went up to the plantation house, big plantation house, knocked on the door. A stately woman comes to the door, and I introduced myself and pointed to my car and said, "Hey, that's my family in the car. And we're paranormal investigators. We'd really love to investigate your private burial plot that has that reputation. We promise we'll be respectful." And she was all about it. She gave me all these stories. It turned out that the person that they suspect was haunting the burial yard, his name was Thomas Sprott. He was a hero during the Revolutionary War. He fought beside King Hagler of the Catawba Indians against Lord Cornwallis on his march to Charlotte. And he just likes to hang out there. So I went to do a preliminary investigation first without the family. So I got there. It was in the middle of the woods. There was a little dirt path that would go to the woods. When I got there, I was using the Ghost Meter Pro, but it was in regular EMF mode. So it was basically functioning the same as a K2 or a tri-field. It was just on regular EMF mode. When I got to the gate, I could not enter. Something was physically keeping me out, and I could feel it, and it was oppressive. And the EMF detector was going berserk. Hit it, Anthony. Wow. I can't say this place isn't the least bit creepy. Holy Toledo. Okay, we're going to get the Ghost Meter Pro out here. Wow. Oh my goodness me. Holy crow. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Folks. Unbelievable. The hair on the back of my neck, oh my gosh, my arms got goosebumps everywhere, and the Ghost Meter Pro was going nuts. Folks, I'm in the middle of the woods here. Now,
Whoa.
that doesn't show, and I should have brought the longer clip, as I literally take it and I put it on the post and I back away and it's just going and it doesn't freaking stop. And then I take it, I shut it off. I come back later with Renee, and she has the dowsing rods. She opens up a communication with whatever it was, and I turn this thing on, go to the gate. Once again, it's going crazy, and it wasn't just going crazy at the gate, because some people say, well, it's the metal gate. No. I moved it way far away from the metal gate, still going. Renee asked the entity, she goes, we have permission from Alexis Spratt, because now it's pronounced Spratt. Back then it was Sprott. She said, your descendants, that we can enter respectfully. Will you allow us? And the dowsing rods say yes. And guess what happens? I have this on tape, by the way. Ghost Meter Pro stops. And I was able to go right in. So that was the feeling I had, that there was a guardian spirit there that said, you are not, I don't know who you are. This is my resting place. You are not coming in. And I felt that with every fiber of my being. That was the number one time I was scared.
I felt that through the
that was a creepy looking place.
I literally, when you walked up to that, I was like, can't go in, don't go in, don't go in.
She was
and then
going,
it started
no,
happening, and I was like, I felt that through the clip. That's how strong that was. And then actually, as I was watching it, I started actually getting tingles.
I'm getting it now, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. That to me is the one episode I always point people to if they want to watch just one episode. It's called The Hidden Grave of Thomas Sprott. You will see in that episode the full body apparition of Thomas Sprott. He actually manifests for us to take his picture later in the episode. That is the one I tell everyone should watch. And that one was great because my oldest daughter, Nikki G, was taking pictures with an infrared. In fact, it's right here. It was this very camera, this Bell & Howell S7 Slim IR camera.
That camera.
Love this camera.
Mine broke.
I bought 3 on eBay, and I bought one that was defective. She was watching everything happen through this LCD screen because she had it in full infrared mode, and she watched it. She watched it form as a cloud in a succession of shots into a full body apparition stand right beside me. And all the time, and you can see this on the episode because we have the video running the whole time. She's like, Dad, you got to see this. And I'm trying to be Mr. Professional saying, no, honey, we'll do evidence review later. And she's like, no, you got to see this right now. And sure enough, when I looked at the camera,
now, Dad.
I was thunderstruck. This thing, you could see it as clear as day. He formed, and he's wearing a cloak. You could see the head. It's just mind-boggling. And that, what you just saw was the beginning of that whole investigation. To this day, probably our best investigation.
Yeah,
check it out, everybody.
You said this was
we'll post it. We're going to post that.
Yeah.
Where was it? What are you trying, Kimberly? Where was it?
Yeah.
Bobby, where was
this? This was in Fort Mill, South Carolina. It was a small private burial plot on private land.
South Carolina.
South Carolina, Fort Mill, South Carolina. Interesting side note to this. Because of our investigation, they actually had to fence it off. I saw recently on the internet where they had to put a chain link fence around the whole thing with keep out signs.
Oh, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to keep it, you show the evidence, but you don't know where it is. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, people see it and then,
they don't get permission. People don't get permission.
Yeah, they sneak on.
Yeah, so they got to fence that whole thing off. So no one's getting to it now.
Mm-hmm. It's a shame. That's a shame. And then they ruined it for everybody else. Like maybe with respect and go in respectfully. They ruined it for everybody. That's a shame.
Oh, it's a shame.
You go to North Carolina. You should have Montgomery House. South Montgomery House. Do you ever go down there?
No, I've never been.
Well, yeah, I mean Chris Allgood and Audra, they're like people that can't take it. Maybe that's a little place you might want to check out one day.
Absolutely. Yeah. By the way, Mary Beth in the chat. No, yes, I have been on Entity Voices show. They do have a episode with me on it.
Yeah, I think they have everybody on.
I'm going to give another side perspective to this fence, because I always feel like sometimes locations call to us. So you could have actually been in a different way summoned there to do this investigation. So then a real fence was put up so that cemetery really on behalf of the Sprouts in spirit had an even bigger barrier so that people really didn't come, because they didn't really want people in there anyway.
No, they definitely did not. No question.
So in a way, you kind of
all felt it.
Yeah,
that's true. That's
but
true.
You kind of helped the
just
spirit.
Watching it.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it that way.
Serving the spirit in that way by eventually having to have a barrier up, a fence. So
that makes a lot of sense.
Just another perspective.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I love when she talks about locations drawing you in for a reason. Because typically there is a reason.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But that even the clip you just showed, I saw Kim go like this, and I'm thinking, no. Yeah.
And I've had people notice that you see the EMF detector on and nothing is happening until you get to that gate.
Yeah, as soon as you hit the gate, it just goes crazy.
It goes crazy.
It's like you crossed a border. Right, exactly. It's like beep, beep, beep.
So we have another clip here from Kim. I'm going to play your thing from
So this is a impromptu visit down to Basto Village in the Pine Barrens. I was just wandering around again, just doing some filming. Kyle was filming me there. We walked into the general store.
Oh, the general store. Yes.
Okay. This is the general. Oh, have you guys been there? Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is in the general store. I wasn't really expecting anything, and then I ended up having an entity actually try and jump me, which is interesting, and I got scratched. So this is actually the footage of me getting scratched, and then feeling sensations and having EMFs on my back.
I'm going to try to do this. This is the first time I'm sharing screen, so here we go.
Okay.
It's a little more thing.
Brought up a bill with him.
I don't know. Something is touching me. Down by my leg.
The evidence that we are just about to show you in this clip is remarkable. Just as I start complaining about something touching me, this red line shows up on my left leg. Notice it's still that same left leg that something was touching me up at the manor house. And along with this line, we start getting high millimeter readings around it. Could this be a scratch from the individual who is sad and angry and he wants to hurt me?
Back here? No. Okay. Something literally just touched me. It's burning.
You can see that scratch.
I see it.
Burning.
So this was just a town story.
Are you recording?
Your name's the village.
19.2, 8.2, 7.9. It is kind of going away. 1.6. 1.7. Okay. Did you just touch my leg? What is your name?
So I've gotten 0 since I took it.
I know you are, I sensed anger and sadness in this location with you.
3.7, 3.4.
Is there something you'd like to tell us about this location? Injury. I heard injury. Oh, my neck just started going. Oh. Are you trying to hurt me?
1.8. 3.5 on your neck. 4.5. Still
You
1.
can't come in me. That I will not allow. Ooh, he's pissed. My leg just started freaking out.
4.6.
You cannot come in me. I will not. Yeah, and you guys have investigated with me before, and I'm not one to ever react like that. But
no,
this
ever.
literally felt like came up behind me, on me, and was literally trying to come in. And yeah, I saw there were 2 lines that you could see. And yeah, I mean, I don't know who you guys have. You been scratched? Anybody else been scratched before?
Yeah, I've been.
No.
Been scratched, burnt, bit.
I saw 2 scratches on your leg. There was 2.
Yeah,
of them.
there was a third one. It was much lighter.
Redder and
yeah.
But when they say on TV it burns, it burns. I mean, burns. It was literally
and
like
it didn't look like it was there at all, and then all of a sudden there it was.
Yeah.
But the thing that gets me is the EMF, like 19. You were saying on the millimeter, like I think you said 19. It went up high.
It went up on that clip. It went up. I think the highest of 4.5, maybe higher than that. But
okay.
But readings. Yeah.
Yeah, because I heard it in your voice as the reading got higher. When you were reading the numbers, I heard your voice, your throat tighten a little bit. You know, and I never hear that. I've never heard you like that.
Yeah. It was
because you were like, "What is happening here? I'm physically being attacked."
Yeah, it was very unexpected. Just walking around doing my thing, and then interestingly enough, I got an email from somebody saying that that gentleman who was having those emotions and feelings and was probably doing that to me was her great grandfather, and she proceeded to contact me and let me know that all made sense to her and the family, actually. So
wait,
you never know.
How does that email go? Dear Kimberly, I'm sorry that my great grandfather scratched you.
Yeah.
He's really a nice guy.
Usually a nice guy until he scratches.
He was just mad. Sorry.
He's having
like,
a bad
how does that
day.
email go? Yeah, exactly. Like I'm just trying to picture that email.
Was
like, how did she say anything about was he trying to get your attention or like?
No,
it seems weird. Like,
hey,
that was my relative that scratched you.
Yeah, she said that he had all of the personality that I was describing was correct. That he was like a really intense gentleman, and there was something really bad that happened to him there, and I think he might have gotten shot or something, or like something bad happened. But he was the one who was working in the general store at the time. So, yeah. They seem to resonate with the evidence, so I will leave it with that.
Wow. I mean, what are the chances that someone related? Like,
yeah,
what are the
I
chances?
get emails quite a bit of people who watch the videos or the family members, or they know the location, or they've worked there, had an experience there. So I'm sure Bobby does too, with all of the locations, as you were saying too.
You
that
must.
you
Yeah,
post.
Bobby, you must get a ton. Yeah.
So, Bobby, I'm gonna play one more of mine because I got one more of yours. I want to leave yours for last. Okay. So this is a Trans-Allegheny again. And before we heard the thing running up on me on the third floor as we went down the stairs. Well, at the bottom of the stairs, we stayed down there. It was a group of us there. We had cameras up and investigating. And I put my camera up and everything, and we're listening, and we all hear somebody scream coming down and we're all staying there. None of us are screaming. So, and I caught it, and you hear Chris Allgood in the back go, I hear it. And this is a very small clip, so here we go. What was that scream?
I heard it too.
Play that again, please.
You hear that? And you
Play
hear
it
Chris
one more time.
As a loud.
What was that scream?
I heard it too.
Yeah, that was clear.
Yeah.
Very.
That was eerie.
Mm.
Talking about blood curdling. Yeah, if I heard that.
Funny part about that, not funny part, but where we were was where the violent women ward.
I was going to say
that was right there. So
it really sounds like your classic horror movie scream.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have one similar. We have an episode called Ghosts of Elmwood, Elmwood Cemetery in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is absolutely massive. And I didn't scare me, so I didn't. That's why it's not on the show tonight. But I literally got an EVP of a ghost going, whoa, whoa, just like a horror movie. It literally sounds just like that.
God.
And when I heard the EVP, I was like, whoa. I mean, it was the classic ghost sound.
Yeah, it's wild.
Oh my goodness, that's kind of
all
like
you
the
need is a
laugh,
chain
right?
rattling, you know.
Yeah,
crazy.
I know we've
but
got
that's what-
footsteps running up on you. The creepy laugh. I mean the
that
scream.
happened like
the
all
requisite
night long.
horror scream.
I was coming from the third floor. You heard the footsteps running up on us. We went down the stairs, right at the bottom of that same staircase. We sat. You know, I got a little tired, so I had to sit anyway. So you see my camera there, and then you hear this. You see a camera there, and I think that was my body cam or something like that. But there was a group of us there, and I heard it. I said, that's why I said, anybody hear the scream? And then Chris goes, yeah, I heard that too. And it was a very fast clip, but that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That place is one of the most haunted places I've been to, and all the years I've been doing anything. I mean, I even got choked out when we went up the stairs from one of the other locations. I'm walking up the stairs, and Chris was with me and Audra. We get to the top of the stairs. I felt like somebody grabbed my throat. And I said, and you could hear me coughing. And I actually put my camera down because I'm like, I can't hold my camera because I'm gagging. And I put my camera because my camera I carried up with a tripod and everything, so I could keep on putting it down. And I put it down, and I'm gagging, and you can hear me gagging in the background. And they were doing the Esty session up there at the same time, and somebody said somebody goes, who's choking Anthony? And it came up on the thing, said, I am.
Oh boy!
Yikes!
So yeah, and it was interesting because that came up at the same time, and then we seen a creeper down the hallway. I'm going to just show you that one picture, the creeper. I drew a picture of the creeper or the
creeper.
And Chris seen it. I ran down the hall after I was choking. I'm going down the hall, and he was seeing this thing on the wall. I seen it crawling up the wall.
Oh.
Ugh, I got the chills.
I seen this crawling up the wall, and Chris seen it also.
Making me want to go there.
Yeah.
How big was it, Anthony?
it was like size of maybe a human. Not a full size human, but it was a human size. It wasn't like a little creature or anything, like a lizard or anything.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll show it one more time so everybody gets to see it.
Nope.
And it was weird looking. Like the hands and the feet are like, frog-like. But it had claws on them. Again, they just crawled right up.
Wow.
Oh no, I don't know anything called the creeper. No.
The crow, the creeper. They got a couple names of this stuff on it, and people see it all the time.
Yeah.
So
something about even in horror movies when they're on the ceiling, no, like upside down, no.
Yeah.
I wonder
the
why
crab
that
walk when they walk backwards with the head and everything.
Yeah. They're like
crab walk
almost.
Something like that. I think if I see that, I think we're like, okay, I think it's time to evaluate if I'm going to continue in this field.
Yeah, right.
Evaluate my choices.
You see something, I think in a dark location, you see something like that crawling down the hole at you, you'd be like, oh,
I'm going to take up golf now.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to take up some kind of crocheting or something, a different kind of hobby. Probably be cheaper than this.
Bowling, golf,
paranormal, all the equipment we buy.
It's interesting that we talked about things that scare us, and we had so many things in common tonight. Like my other clip is footsteps as well, like running at us. And that was the most terrifying thing that's ever happened to me. This clip that I sent in as well, and Anthony has them running up on him. I just think it's interesting that we have things, what scares us in common. I had the laugh, you had the scream. You know what I mean? Like, it's interesting.
Yeah, I have more, but I'm not going to be playing all mine. I want to,
That's like disembodied part of it, right? Like, that a voice should be coming from somebody. A whisper should be coming from somebody. Footsteps should be coming from somebody.
Right.
But seeing nothing with your eyes. Yeah,
I agree. That's the scariest thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show one more of mine. Okay, is that okay, Bob?
Of course,
it's your show.
Well, I don't. You got one more left, and I don't want to run out of time. This is we were on the first floor wandering around. I was with Chris and Audrey, and they were showing me around the first floor. And this section was like they had it for the I think the Civil War or the Revolutionary War. This place goes back when there were soldiers there, and there's a big kitchen area. We're in the kitchen area, and Audrey asks, can you show me out of here, how to get out of here? And you hear no out. So I'm going to play that quick.
Me out?
Was that you?
No, that's one.
I heard it.
I'll play it one more time quick.
Yep.
Me out?
Was that you?
No, that's one.
Okay. You see the light in the background. Chris was back there looking around.
Right.
So he's back there. He was back there, and he heard it too from back there. So that was interesting.
That's creepy too, though. There's no getting out. You're not leaving.
That was one of the most haunted places I've been to, and I'm so I want to go back, and maybe we'll see. May might be a little hard for me, but yeah, I'll try. I'd love to get back there. So
you should come.
We got another one with you, Bob. Gatekeeper.
Yeah, I hate this clip. I hate this investigation, and I hate this place. And if you ask my family, this is the one place they will never go back to. What you're going to see is not evidence. You're going to see the reaction to evidence. And basically, and I'm going to tell you after the clip what I found out about this place, which is why I believe this all happened. But it was a Baptist cemetery. What could go wrong? And the time we walked into it, something wanted us out. Our equipment was all being drained to the point where all we were using was our cell phone to film. And this is back in 2012, so it's not very good.
Cell phones went that well.
But what really made this one hit home is what happened to my oldest daughter. She kind of like went off on her own with an obelisk, And what happened was the spirit or whatever it was taunting her about a friend of hers that had just committed suicide.
Oh.
And you're going to see the reaction on this clip.
Okay.
Go ahead.
We're going to cue it up, and here we go.
Okay, Nicolette's going to do an eye ovilus session right now.
What is your name? And one person only. Hello. Hello to you too. What is your name? What is your name? I'm not getting...
Battery low.
Oh, that's why. Okay. We're good. We're done.
Well, what just happened again, honey?
Battery low on the recorder. Camera dead. Video camera dead. Cell phone's dying. Guess we can't take a hint. We need to go.
Nicolette, anything interesting on the eye ovilus?
Spitting out random words.
Random words, really, really random. Yeah, that happens sometimes with those
What
apps.
is your name, Jane?
Really? Cool. That was so cool, Nick.
What was that?
The only one that I
But
came
what
out.
else did she
When
say?
I went away alone, when I told her I wasn't being videotaped, that's when she started answering straight questions.
And what happened, Nick?
I said, what is your name? Just said Jane. And then I said, you know someone that I know? And she said, Furry.
Really?
Who do you think it is? There's only one person that I know in this town that I know is dead. That I knew. Your friend. Yeah. Who was buried.
Huh.
That's not a bad thing, right? I know she's okay. Right?
I know.
Wow.
I hate
Yeah.
that clip too. I hate everything about it. Just like you said,
Yeah.
hate.
Yep.
Poor baby.
And this is why I tell people we don't fake anything. That was not fake. Now here's the kicker. I actually think we got an attachment that followed us home from that as well, and which was nasty. And we honestly believe that one investigation was responsible for us actually stopping investigating for a while. And when I did post-investigation research on that cemetery, guess what I found out? People were doing Santeria and voodoo rituals there. It was all in the newspapers, their local newspapers. And we're talking dead chickens, the whole 9 yards. So there was nasty energy there.
Who knows?
And we walked right into it.
Kim, I seen you. How did you feel during that? Because you looked a little like it affected you. Some that clip.
Yeah, well, I was just sad, but I think that was the feeling from that. But I mean, you bring up a really interesting point, Bobby. You know, we go into these locations and sometimes we don't know what's going to be there. Yep. You just going into a seemingly, run-of-the-mill cemetery, and then same thing, I went into this general store, and it is interesting. I didn't have a sense of something going on beforehand, and it doesn't seem like there was a sense before going into that. And it's just interesting, and spirit can surprise us in ways like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And
I have a question. I'm sorry, Kim.
No, go ahead. I could ramble. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. You're not rambling at all. I'm sorry. I have a question for Bobby. Do you ever watch, because you have so many videos of yourself, so you're able to really see yourself, investigating, which we don't do. If you don't videotape yourself, you don't see yourself reacting.
Right.
Do you ever watch yourself? Like, I will say that watching you there, all of you, even your wife saying the batteries are drained, you all look a little bit hazed. Like it's not a good thing. Do you see it or
Oh,
no?
oh my gosh, so much so. You're very perceptive.
Okay.
That
Okay.
you remember when I told you the feeling I got at the Sprott Gate where I couldn't get in, and the feelings we
Yes.
had at the old Unity Cemetery when the Ghost Meter Pro said get out. That we had that feeling the whole time in this cemetery. There, it was oppressive. It was heavy. You're right.
Yes.
We felt a little out of it. I think it was not only feeding off of our equipment, I think it was feeding off of us, for energy. I really, yeah, for sure. And if you could watch that whole episode, there's a lot more to it. And it's just one thing after another that happens to us in that thing. And at the very end, we're just like, we just need to get out of here.
Yeah. I think someone who doesn't know you might not recognize it, but I've met your wife twice, right? So I know her expression.
Right.
And yeah, if you're perceptive, you can look at her and you can just see a little bit of sunken
Oh,
in
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like not like, oh hey, the battery drained. Oh, and this too. Like how funny.
Yeah, like this,
she was like, and this.
It was that there's something not right here, like really not right. And
your daughter. Oh boy.
Yeah, well, she
especially
to this day, she will say, if you ask her her scariest experience, she's going to point to that. Even though if you watch the video, some people are going to be like, well, that's not scary. It's like, well, it wasn't you, but to us, it was scary.
Right. Oh, it's scary.
So. Of course.
And
and you see your battery's all drained, and then what they got to drain next is you guys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
the batteries are gone, so they're going to drain you to manifest or do whatever they have to do just to enter your gadgets and stuff. So that's you can see you guys were drained at that point. That was like, wow, okay, it's time to leave.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, your daughter's face. Oh.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Exactly.
I mean,
I
could hear she gives that little sigh, like, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I know. And she'll point to that episode when people ask her like her worst experience. She says that's it because that hit her like a ton of bricks. And I've read in some books, Ghost Hunting and Haunted Cemeteries by Fiona Broom was one of my favorites. But she says that cemeteries have a little bit of safety because they're consecrated ground. I'm a little dubious about that after that investigation because now I'm like, I don't know, because that was really negative and that was consecrated ground. So,
well, they can write over that. So somebody can come in and write over that template. So yes, it is the original sacred ground, but somebody who comes in who's like super powerful or whatever, does like a lot of that kind of stuff, can write over that.
Okay, well, there you go. Perfect. Really? There's my answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I grew up around cemeteries. I talk about it all the time, 9 cemeteries and stuff. But I did have an experience where I feel a spirit did save my life.
I believe that.
And it was back in the 70s. I was maybe about 10, 11 years old. And a group of us used to go up to the cemetery in where we are. And there was a lot of open fields. We used to play football. We used to do a lot of stuff in there. And we're coming home one day, and we're on the road, the main road going down. And it was, I was young, and there was a bunch of older guys there. And this yellow Volkswagen pulls up. And the guy comes in and goes, listen, can one of you guys get in the car and show me how to get out of here? And he's talking to me. And I'm like, no, I'm not, I hear and I see up by the graves, don't, danger, don't. I seen a spirit yelling at me up on the hill, like not like where we in the street. You have like the hill and this grave. Don't, danger, don't. And I'm hearing this in my head. Nobody else sees it except for me. And I'm like, I'm not going. No. To my friend Charlie. says, I'll go. And the guy goes, if anybody goes, I'll give you $10. $10 back in the 70s, you know.
Ooh.
It was a lot.
That was a lot of money.
I'll take it today.
You know what I mean? So the guy was trying to give us money. So he's like, I'll go. I said, no, you don't go. You're not going. I'm grabbing. I'm not. And the guy got pissed off. He left. A couple days later, in the paper, there's a kid missing from like on Jamaica Avenue, not too far from where we were. It was like the other side of the cemetery. Kid missing, and they never found him.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and it was spotted that it's the last thing he was seen talking to a man in a yellow Volkswagen.
Oh my God, that was the scariest story tonight, right there.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
And it was weird because all these years I forgot about that incident till we had a reunion in my school. We had it was St. Pancras, and they had a reunion. They were closing the school, so everybody got together, and he goes, you know, you saved my life. I'm like, how did I save your life? And he brought that incident up. Wow. And I'm like, holy cow.
Oh,
yeah, boy. I remember that.
Yeah.
But there was right after that. So cemeteries, I guess, could be, depending who, if you got those bad spirits, those people coming in doing rituals, maybe they all bring negative stuff in. But I don't think that the spirits that are in the cemetery are there to scare you or anything. I think they just want to be left alone, or maybe like in this case, what was there. It was a guy, and I actually drew the picture of it later on in life. After Charlie brought it up, I said, oh, yeah, it was a guy. He had like a one of those caps on, like a army cap type of thing. And he had like he was a caretaker of the cemetery type of outfit on. And,
like a worker.
Like a worker, but he was much old, you know, like from the maybe 30s, 40s, something like that.
Oh, okay.
So that was interesting how that happened to us, happened to me. And, you know, and all the older kids are like, they didn't care. They just walked with, away from us. But the guy was after me and Charlie because we were about, 10, 11 years old. You know, back in the 70s, 10, 11 years old, you could go out and by yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Nowadays, but back then, but you didn't think of something like that. And then a kid disappearing like that and not being found is, that was.
You could hitchhike and all that. People hitchhiked and all that back then, right?
Yeah, and we actually did go to police and tell the police, what happened to us. Happened, and we described the guy, but it was never, nobody ever found or nothing. So I don't know if that was an ongoing thing or something.
I wanted to bring up something that Mary Beth said in the comments because it is a really good point. Cemeteries are different than graveyards, and we know that, right? So a cemetery can just be general land, right? And anyone can be buried there no matter the religion. Graveyards are usually associated with a church that they're near. So speaking of consecrated land, maybe that has something to do with it. It was a really good point. I thought I would read it.
That is a very good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, really good point.
I investigated in both, so graveyards and cemeteries, and sometimes I find graveyards have a little more activity than cemeteries.
There you go. We may or may not have a cemetery episode coming up at some point.
We will.
Oh yeah.
Stay tuned.
Oh, Bobby, I want you to start promoting your stuff because I don't want to run out of time like we've been.
Exactly.
Everybody in the audience, this is write down some of the stuff and.
Yeah, we'll put
it's going to be the easiest promotion ever because beneath my name, you'll see www.ghosthunter.ws, and that's our link tree. And if you go there, it's all there. Our books are there because, I have written 2 books on the paranormal, Family Spirits 1 and Family Spirits 2, which is basically, it's all of our investigations up to this point and what I know about the paranormal up to this point. And I think Jennie enjoyed them. So
I did.
Yeah, I know. Because I know you read them.
And he signed it for me.
Wow, very good.
I brought it for you.
If you could read the inscription, I have such terrible handwriting. But
No,
I
brought it in my bag all the way to White Hill Mansion.
You did. It's so flattering.
For you to sign it.
But if you at ghosthunter.ws, not only my books but our YouTube page, and everybody, if you could just hop on there and subscribe, we'd appreciate it. As of right now, we have 27,158 subscribers.
Wow.
That's 7,000 more than this morning.
And yeah,
awesome.
it's growing.
That's
by
incredible.
It's growing by about 200 people a day.
Whoa!
Congratulations! Congratulations! And
yeah.
But I want you guys, everybody in the chat here, I want you guys on there because we're coming out with a cool new episode this Saturday called "The Hauntings of the." Canal, I'm sorry. I'm thinking Emmaus because that was the town that it was in. Hauntings of the Knaus Homestead. And basically it's a 200-year-old homestead that has been investigated very little, and we came up with some really great evidence of a 6-year-old girl who haunts the place named Elizabeth. Oh. And she interacted with us, and it's going to be on the episode. It was pretty cool.
That's cool. When does it come out?
This Saturday.
Saturday. Okay.
Yeah, everybody go on Saturday. Get on his page. Get on this Saturday and check it out.
Hit the notification button.
Yes.
Yeah.
Subscribe and hit the notification. And I put it in the chat as well. If you didn't have a pen, I put the.
If you guys liked our show, hit some likes. I see a couple up there. That's good.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? We had
Thank you.
Had a good show. Bob, you're such a great. Yeah, Paisan,
Hey.
We got the Paisan. We call the Paisan Paranormal. Yeah,
Here we go.
Paisan Paranormal. It's me, you, and Yacovetti.
Yeah, me, you. Well, you got Rich Michella. Come on, he's a
Michella. We got all the Paisans in there.
Oh well, you
Michella and everybody.
Well, yeah, come on, Jennie. You have an Italian last name, so you're allowed in. So
you're allowed in.
I'm honorary Italian.
You're honorary.
No,
yeah, Bobby,
I'm half Italian.
That works.
Are you? See,
yes,
I'm not Italian, so I guess
you're in.
You're in.
From Naples.
Yeah,
that's where we hail from.
Naples.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Mm.
So. The Halloween episode couldn't have been better with you, Bobby Gallo.
Yes, thank you.
Like I said, you were the one and only person we thought of for this week, like immediately.
Yes. Thank you.
So thank you for coming on. It was so fun. We had a great time.
Oh, I
and
did
happy
too.
Halloween, everybody.
You too.
Yeah. Enjoy. You're spooky. To get spooky.
Yeah.
Get spooky.
Go out there and enjoy yourselves this week. And
eat candy.
Well, that's all about candy. You go out and have your candy.
Do some investigating in those cemeteries and graveyards, especially this time of year. The veil is in.
Yes.
You go to a cemetery, show respect. Don't trample everybody's grave, and show some respect. Don't throw your garbage around. If you go to cemeteries and investigate, we're not saying not to, but show some respect.
Absolutely.
The people too. I mean, if you come to my grave and you do something stupid on it, I'm going to grab your ass and bring you right down into it. You don't mess around with somebody's resting place. So,
right. It's someone's mom, dad, daughter, grandmother,
family member. So you got to show respect. That's all it is. Show respect for everybody. And I just want to, we got a couple minutes, but I just want to say, okay, with all these locations that we go to and everything, is, we got to keep the history going. When we go to the locations, if they got donations to keep these locations going, because a lot of them can't keep it going the way things are nowadays. And so try to, if you could donate something to them. And I want to say, you guys stay safe out there. And if you're going to go ghost hunting, okay, you want to be safe and you want to look for ghosts. You don't want to be a ghost. I want to say good night. Thank you, everybody. Okay. We're just going to play this last thing, and good night.